What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Heroes of the Storm. My name is Saren Death, and I figured since we played Kael'thas last time, we would play Jaina this time. Now, like Kael'thas, she saw a few changes this latest patch. We'll go over them as we play, so without further delay, let's get into a game.
I'm here to help.
Today we are claiming bell towers and the Towers of Doom. My team, Nova, Zagara, Lee Rhaegar, Jaina, enemy team, Karazim, Tyrande, the Lost Vikings, Abathur, and Kael'thas. We're going to help get the monkey really quick. So, Jaina saw a nerf to her basic attack, just like Kael'thas, but she did see a buff to her Frostbolt and her Cone of Cold. This actually helps her out a little bit as far as getting the burst damage out there. So, with the bonus, or the buff to her her Winter's, to her Frostbolt, we're going to be taking Winter's Reach as our first talent. We're going to be going with a Frostbolt build. It's going to increase the range of our Frostbolt by 30%. Wow, I cannot believe I cannot get that out. We're actually going to get in the bottom lane down here because having a Nova down there to lane, bad idea. Alright, our abilities really quick. Our trait is called Frostbite. Whenever we hit with one of our abilities, we're going to apply a chill effect on the enemy that's going to slow them by 25%, and they're going to take 50% more damage from all of our abilities for 4 seconds. Our Q is called Frostbolt. This is a skill shot that does damage to the first thing it hits and applies our chill effect. We're just going to deal some damage here, and then we're going to back off. Our W, as you saw right there, is called Blizzard. This is going to send down 2 waves of icicles crashing down the enemy. Each wave is going to deal damage and apply our chill effect. I don't really want to exchange with him. Yeah, especially because I'm concerned there's a Vikings, yeah. Our E is called Cone of Cold. Now this was also buffed, this latest balance changes, and this is actually going to just deal some damage in a cone in front of us, and also apply our passive. Oh no. Uh-oh, we are going to be in a rough spot here. Okay, we're just going to back out. And tap. He's just going to be playing the attrition game with him. He can't really push in, but he can really hurt.
Sounds good.
We're just going to stay close. It might actually be better for me if I let them just push in just a little bit here. I need to stay close enough that I can get experience from these. Okay, we're actually going to back completely and then head up to this one. Now the reason we are backing completely is because I want to be at full life for this fight. It's up in 10 seconds. This talent here, we're taking Frost Shards. Our Frostbolt is now going to pierce the first target and hit an enemy behind them. Gives us a lot of flexibility in team fights and in lane. Trying to just get close enough to... And we just get stunned. We're going to let her... take him down. Very, very nice. Oh no, the Vikings.
Bring down the Gravekeeper's core.
Nice. Nice. Decent Vikings player on the enemy team. Normally you don't see them splitting and soaking and all the other fun stuff. They tend to do all kinds of weird things when they don't have a lot of experience playing them. So as you can see, we're basically boosting the Frostbolts, as I said we were going to be doing. And I just ran into some Abathur mines. We're not going to chase him too far. I don't want to take too much damage here. And I don't know if there's any Abathur mines in the lane. Be very, very careful here. Just going to poke him. Make sure we're not getting hit by that. And we're going to tap. One of the problems that I have with Jaina, and this isn't a problem with her kit, this is a problem with me, is I play her way too aggressively. I need to just basically sit back and... Oh, this is super, super aggressive. I don't know why you went in like that. Okay, this talent here, we're taking Ice Lance. This is going to, whenever we hit an enemy that's chilled, our Frostbolt is going to have its cooldown reduced by 2 seconds. So whenever we hit an enemy with our Frostbolt that's chilled, we should have specified. Okay, I need to back. like I chose to back at the right time, and we're going to come back down to this lane and prevent them from pushing it any further. So we're getting pretty decent soak, especially considering we are fighting against the Vikings. And I hit an Abathur mine. These Abathur mines are going to become a very big problem here soon. Get rid of one of the Vikings. We need to get in this bottom lane here. I think this is going to be a trap. This was a trap. Just want to keep her slowed. Oh, I missed! No! I can't believe I missed. Don't bring it over here. He's slowed. Okay. I was trying to be super cheeky there. I took a shot from the tower. Need to be careful not to get hit by towers. They deal a lot of damage now. Oh no. No. Okay, at this talent tier, we're going to be taking Summon Water Elemental. Now, technically, I feel like Ring of Frost is the superior heroic these days, but Summon Water Elemental is going to flow really well with this kit because, with this build. Because we need to hit shield targets with our Q, and the Water Elemental, we summon this thing out. It no longer does big splash when it's summoned, but it can do some pretty decent damage. Oh no. Trying to get in the way here, trying to get in the way. It will deal some nice, decent auto attack damage that will apply our chill, and that auto attack damage does. Apologies. It does chill and it does splash. Okay, so these mercenaries that they just summoned out, these things are different than any other mercenaries in the game. These guys will rush at the target. They will rush at us. They'll do some splash damage in lane. We're actually going to summon our water elemental here. We're going to get on top of her. May not have been the best idea. We're actually going to have it swim back. Okay, we need to back completely. Come on, water elemental. Nice job. I was very scared. I didn't want to jump out there because he can do some crazy little burst damage on us. So the bottom shrine is activating. We're gonna head down this way now. Kerosene is down for 10 seconds, and our Nova is down for 15. Most down here. We are gonna get hit by the stun that time. There we go. Need to spread out. Fantastic job.
Like all the others.
Alright, wasn't quite far enough with the Cone Fold there. I think we're gonna just try and push in here. It's not a bad idea to take this tower down. So like I was saying about those mercenaries, what they do is they actually do area effect damage in the lane, but when they get close to a structure, they will just go crazy, charge at the structure, and basically suicide bomb it. That's what they do. They're like sappers from Warcraft 3. Alright, we're going to be able to get this. Maybe. Ugh. Oh my word, I'm so close to death! Oh. We're gonna go ahead and now, at this talent tier, we are going to be taking improved ice block. Nice job. So improved ice block, what this does, this allows us to basically jump into an ice block, making us invulnerable for 3 seconds. During that invulnerability, we're going to chill enemies that are nearby. Blow him up. Okay, so now that we have another bell tower, what this is going to do is when we summon the altar, it's going to fire a shot from this one as well. for those who are not aware of the map's mechanics. Zagara's been doing a pretty decent job pushing. In 5 seconds, this is going to come up. I don't think we should chase that far, bro. Just back off. Just back off. I don't think you're going to get the kill. Oh, no. We did hit her. She was frozen. Or chilled, I should say. I don't know what was happening there. Alright. Nice. So we're actually going to take this now that we are here. May as well. I used my water elemental there despite its very, very long cooldown. I used it there because I wanted to ensure that the Kale was going to be slowed and get killed there. That was my main goal. We're going to get some mana right up here to the top lane and help push this out. And this talent here, we are going to be taking Northern Exposure. What it's going to do is whenever we hit with our Cone of Cold, enemies are going to become vulnerable, taking 25% extra damage from all sources. They want to take the boss. This might be a little too aggressive for us right now. Enemy isn't down by that much. We don't have a real tank. Okay, we're doing it. Go team. Sometimes. So what this does, this fires off 5 shots. You know, it doesn't actually summon a boss, just fires off 5 shots and allows you to do some pretty decent damage out there. It's really good. However, I do have to warn you, he does, the Headless Horseman does a crap load of damage. Alright, we're going to back out. Just don't want to get into a situation here where we're taking too much damage. Oh, so now that we have all 5 of the towers, this is going to basically continuously fire off a shot from our core. I actually don't see this all that much in these kinds of games. Usually, one team doesn't dominate this much. It had. Oh no, I'm dead. That was sheer luck. But I'm so dead. The second she showed up was the second I knew I was dead. So you see this line right here? This line, basically, if you ever cross that, there are going to be a lot of towers. You can actually attack the enemy's core. So if you cross that line, you're going to take a lot of damage there. A lot of damage by these cannons that are at the wall there. So how do I feel about her Q build? I feel like her Q build is very good. The extra damage does help it out quite a bit. I just feel like it's not the best choice because you lose out on way too much of the utility you would normally have in your other builds. So I think that the other build is still going to be the more popular one. That being said, the extra damage on her Cone of Cold and her Frostbolt are going to help you out with that other build as well. So here are the stats really quick. The enemy was grouped up quite a bit for a lot of those, so I made quite a bit of damage out there. And there were many times that I hit the Vikings with all 3 Vikings with my Blizzard. So that damage is a little inflated than what you would normally see in a game. Jaina, don't get me wrong, Jaina is still a massive damage dealer, but I think her strength really lies in her utility as opposed to her just straight up damage. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. She has a crazy amount of burst damage, and that makes her a mage. That's what they're basically going with the mages. She has a lot of burst damage when you hit with all of her abilities. That being said, just, you know, this is a little inflated because of what the enemy team is bringing to the table. So, the talents we went with today. At level 1, we went with Winter's Reach. This increases our Frostbolt range by 30%. Again, more range, safety, all. At level 4, we took Frost Shards. This allows us to pierce the first target and hit a target behind them, hitting 2 targets with our Frostbolt. At level 7, we took Ice Lance. This reduces the cooldown of our Frostbolt by 2 seconds if it impacts with an enemy that is chilled. So if the first Frostbolt hits an enemy that's chilled, its cooldown is reduced by 2 seconds. At 10, we took Summon Water Elemental. Now again, this doesn't do the crazy amount of burst damage that it used to. I really do feel that if you're good with Ring of Frost, it is the superior talent to take, the superior heroic to take. But for this build, you're going to take Summon Water Elemental just because of the level 20 talent later on. I think it really plays very well with it. At 13, Improved Ice Block. You saw me use it there at the very end to basically prevent myself from being stunned. Activate this thing, become invulnerable for 3 seconds. Gives you a lot of play. You can use this against Pyroblasts and all kinds of other stuff, even Butcher Charges, anything and everything. You can use this against that. And you actually chill nearby target. They get too close to you, they're also chilled, which means that when you come out, you can deal extra damage to them if you manage to survive. 16, we took Northern Exposure. Our Cone of Cold now makes enemies vulnerable, so they take 25% damage from all sources. At level 20, you're going to take what is called Winter Mute. Now, I'll show you the talent right now. Level 20, Winter Mute. Now, you could go with the standard Ring of Frost and then take Bolt of the Storm, or you could take Summon Water Elemental, take Bolt of the Storm. But I think this really enhances the Frostbolt build. Winter Mute, what this does, this increases the range of your Water Elemental by 50%, and your Water Elemental will now mimic your basic abilities for 50% of the damage. So whenever you shoot out a Frostbolt, it's going to shoot out a Frostbolt. Whenever you use Cone of Cold, it's going to use Cone of Cold. This gives you a lot more burst damage. You're sending out a lot more Qs, a lot more Ws, a lot more Es, and you're just pumping out the damage over and over and over again, keeping those people chilled as well. And the thing still is going to use those auto attacks to keep them chilled, so reduce cooldown on your Frostbolt. This allows you to do some pretty crazy stuff. One of the problems that I have with her Cone of Cold is that it's such a short range, so you can get yourself into a lot of really nasty situations trying to get that out there. Now you can put the water elemental out there with Winter Mute, and it's going to put the Cone of Cold out there and put the vulnerability on people. Now you can also double vulnerability people. Now they still only take the 25% extra damage, but you're still hitting them with 2 Cones of Cold, and extra damage and all of that. So depending on how you use it, Winter Mute can be very, very strong. The problem that I've had in the past is that now the Water Elemental doesn't do a ton of splash damage and when it comes out, and it's kind of easy to focus down. So you run into a problem where sometimes if the enemy team is very coordinated, they can just blow up your Water Elemental and you just wasted a 20 talent. So it's always one of those things where you have to just judge how the enemy team is reacting. Personally, for this build, like Winter Mute, it's a lot of fun, and you can do a lot of things with your Water Elemental then. But all in all, I think that you should still be going with the other build, the standard utility-based build where you boost up your trait and your Blizzard and all of that, just because I feel like you have a lot more impact in the team fights and a lot more impact in the game in general. But this build's still fun, and with the bonus, the buffs to Frostbolt, just does a little bit more damage. So that's going to be it for today, though. Thank you all very much for watching. I apologize for the ramble here at the end. I'll try to limit those in the future. But until next time, I will catch you all later.